Hey, welcome. Hi. Welcome, guys, gals, non-binary pals, to Tabletop Galaxy, Broken Space, Halcyon Days, Session 3, Part 1. Or, as a more reasonable person would say, Tabletop Galaxy presents Broken Space, Halcyon Days, Session 5. All right. Welcome to this beautiful madness. I am Robert the GM at Robbie Roll on Twitter, and we are going to jump into player and character introductions because I'm just too excited here. So, Alex, when do you jump us off here?
Hello, I am Alex. I am actually good to go this week. So I use he, him pronouns. Haven't forgotten that this time. And I will today I will be playing Atmos Cast 4. Screwed it up already.
We'll fix it in post, right, Wade?
Yeah, absolutely. Atmos Cast 4 is a Caloran bounty hunter gadgeteer. What is a Caloran, you may ask? Well, a Caloran is a green semi-amphibious race from the planet Calor. They're, of course, green-skinned. They have kind of black markings all around them, and they've got a kind of growth around their neck that looks kind of like a frog puffing out its neck.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Next up, Wade.
Hey, I'm Wade. I play Bishop. He is the cybernetically enhanced Gank assassin. We both share he, him pronouns. I should probably get that a little bit closer just in case. I get told often that I've got too low. Yeah, that's about it. I mean, he kind of looks just like a suit of armor. It's not typically seen outside of that.
Mm-hmm. Love it.
Yeah, I have found out that outside of it, he should look like Beastman from the He-Man series.
I mean,
so that's interesting.
I say yes to that. Next up, Jay.
Hi, I'm Jay. I'm playing Vance, the Blue Rhodian smuggler gunslinger, with his trusty blaster pistol that he commonly calls Jexica. I do he, him pronouns as well as Vance.
Wonderful. And last, but of course, never least, Io.
Hi, I'm Io. I'm playing... Sorry, I forgot my pronouns. How did I forget my pronouns? I'm the... Okay, yeah. My pronouns are they, them, and I'm playing Zale Meshta, who uses they, them, and she, her pronouns. And Zale is a Twi'lek charmer / force-sensitive emergent. And Twi'leks are the ones with the long head tentacles, but only 2 of them.
Love it. And once again, I'm Robert the GM. I use he, him pronouns, but I'm going to be playing so many different people who use a variety of different pronouns because I will be everyone else as the space master or game master of this particular game. So we got a few pieces of business before I recap and bring us back into Broken Space. First off, the players got some more experience points and were able to spend it if they so desire. So we can go around, let the people at home know what kind of new fun abilities have we gotten here. So has Atmos gotten any cool stuff, Alex?
He's gotten some good stuff. He didn't get terribly much. He went further down his gadgeteer tree and got toughened, which is very simple. He got 2 wound threshold, so he's a little bit beefier than he was previously. In addition to that, I also took an extra rank in vigilance. And I think that was it, unless I took 1 in something else, but I think that was it.
That should be all you could afford, too, because you guys just got 10 XP from last
That's
session.
right, yeah. I hand out experience very liberally.
I know, I was stingy after last session. What can I say? All right. So then, did Bishop gain any new fun stuff, Wade?
No. Can I tell you, I think that he was probably going to.
You got it.
If I had to get...
That's a pass from Wade here. So we'll move on to Jay. Did our friend Vans pick up any cool new things?
Vans did. He used up some of his XP that he saved and ended up getting called, the tree is called Column. So basically it removes a setback dice when performing a called shot, which is Van's specialty.
Sure is. Sure is.
But now he is more deadlier with his a called shot maneuvers,
Awesome.
aim maneuvers.
Perfect. And Zale, what did Zale pick up, if anything?
I'm saving the XP.
Ooh. Secret. She's got a secret. And the secret is that they wanted me to give more XP out. All right. So now I'll leave it up to the party. Do we want to do destiny points to see that, or do we want to do obligation first?
Let's roll destiny.
All right,
Yeah, let's
perfect.
start
Well,
with Destiny.
we'll ease you guys into something that can probably good. So, as a reminder for those who don't know, Destiny points are a super cool mechanic in the Edge of the Empire system. Oh yeah, we're playing Fantasy Flight's Star Wars system, specifically the Edge of the Empire system. I don't know if I've been specifying that, but so basically the players are all going to roll a force die, which will either give a point to their side, which they can use to make it increase their chance to succeed, use cool abilities, or just do cool narrative things, or give them to me to do similar things. So what do we got here? If everyone goes in their character sheet and rolls Destiny here.
Yep.
All right, go
That's
ahead.
a dark
just-
side pip from me.
That's a light side pip from me.
All right, we're tied. We're all even for now.
That is a dark side for Vans.
And then Bishop, what'd you get?
Oh no.
It looks like too dark.
It sure does. So that's going to leave our starting pool with 1 light side point and 4 dark side points.
Oh.
This doesn't bode well.
No.
Speaking of things that don't bode well.
I think this is. Are you sure this isn't the second sunrise? That other group, because this is their roles, not ours.
How the tide has turned. So, speaking of things that don't go well, so in this system there's also another mechanic that I love with all my heart called obligation. So all these characters living on the edge of the empire, none of them are just kind of skirting by without any kind of obligations, debts, enemies, threats about them. So to reflect that, all the characters
Or
have
despairs.
or despairs. To reflect that, all the characters have an obligation, which comes with a title, a little mechanical effect, and a score. And at the beginning of each session, I roll a D100, and if I roll below the party's total obligation, we look at what number corresponds to what player, and that player's obligation is going to come up, and they're going to have a stressful time. So the first session, they didn't have any obligation. The last session was our friend Atmos Casfor's obligation. So let's see what comes up now. A 55 means there's going to be obligation. Let me look at my little chart. That is going to be our good friend Vans. So Vans, your obligation is going to go, threshold is going to go down by 4. As
Oh,
it is
yes,
a double
because
number.
double. So my
So-
strain goes down by 4.
So not only can obligation happen, which reduces your strain threshold by 2 and everyone else's by 1, but if it's a double number, that negative doubles. So Vans's strain threshold has gone down by 4 and everyone else's has gone down by 2.
Ooh.
Yeah, this is stress.
This
He's stressed.
is so good.
Yeah, you're.
Oh boy. So with that beautiful, beautiful start, let us come back
So
into
which obligation activated, since it is my first 10 or my second 10?
it is your obsession.
That's
So your notoriety is 41 to 50 and your obsession is 51 to 60. So
Got
it is
it.
your obsession obligation.
so that would be mom connections
We'll
potentially.
see.
So
that
all
certainly
right.
would be what you would think. So
Yes.
we
Okay.
come back in. So last time on Broken Space, Halcyon Days, the
I
party...
ruined everything.
Oh, you did so good. don't even worry about it.
I
So
rolled 3 despairs.
the party, having just saved Zale's cousin, the cyber surgeon, from potential near doom, returned to find an assassin-esque droid attacking them. They had a very brief shootout, whereupon, after a beautiful despair, a Twi'lek high-ranking Hut
despairs.
official came in, apparently the owner of this droid, and addressed the party as a whole. After some more despair, we learned that, first of all, they were a Meshta, so a family member of Zale's, and
Oh, right,
while
yes.
yes, right? And so
That was when the 2
after
despairs came in.
sure was. So after some tense negotiation, the party agreed that they would do a job for the Vanderjar clan of Huts to absolve themselves of the debt of destroying a caravan and killing a hut, and gave back this strange tech that had been very well sought after by many people on Socorro. Your cousin, who had introduced themselves as Katal Meshta, then
Katal?
took their leave. Katal, Ki apostrophe Tal. Yes. Then left and said that you would receive more information in a little bit, and kind of left with their kind of personal guards and their droid, who they addressed as XK.
So XK shot me.
Yes. Yeah. And got you to exactly your threshold, which was very close to dangerous. So you all have some time, it seems like, before you are given the next details of your job. So what are you all doing here?
My wounds are still there. I still have.
You have taken a stim pack, so
Yep.
you are a bit healed, but yes, you did recently get shot really hard.
Whose medicine skills are good that might be able to
That's a great question.
do some healing in the med bay that we have?
Well, I've picked up a few things hanging around, Jess.
I'm just awful in medicine.
So Vance is like, we're all sitting there. He's just shaking his head. He's just like, that didn't go very well. Okay. I gotta go take care of this wound. Anybody want to help? I don't know if I could stitch myself up. And he kind of goes into the med bay area. And if no one can, I've got only 2 green, but if anyone's got better, let me know.
I'll lend a hand. Might as well do something useful after that fiasco, eh?
If I remember
And
correctly,
Zale's-
medicine checks are usually just 2 purple die difficulty on yourself, right?
Yeah,
All right.
unless there's a crit.
I'm going
which
to
there is
help.
not on you, luckily. Yes. So what's your skill, Vance, in medicine?
My skill is just 2 green.
Okay, and Zale, what about you?
3 green.
So,
One moment, I'm double checking something. I think it's easier to do a medicine check when you're not doing it on your. Oh wow. It's +2 purple to treat your own wounds.
Okay. Well, so here's what I'll say. How about Zale? You do it with a blue die from Vans then. And so is it 2 purple dice then to try and treat Vans?
It depends on how badly Vans is hurt.
I'm above
pretty
half.
bad.
You're above half. Okay, so that's 2 purple.
All right, sounds good. Well, I'm all set. So go ahead and roll your 3 green and a blue for Vans, kind of helping out.
Okay. Let's see. At least I can't roll any despairs on this.
I think you could find a way. All right. So that's 2 successes. So you heal 2 wounds, if I
2 wounds.
understand correctly.
Yep. So
As,
for every success.
yeah, unfortunately, you're in this like very nice pristine med bay. Unfortunately, the ship is not any more help than the droids make sure that the room it does not get dirty. There's like all these little like mouse droids that kind of come out, and you see there's basically like a little trail of droids that following Vans everywhere as he's kind of like
Space
tripping.
Roombas!
Yeah, there's just a bunch of space Roombas on the ship, and
one of them actually comes out that was painted that looked like a cat.
yes,
Because we're space kitties, not puppies.
yes, all the mouse droids are painted to look like cats because the owner of the ship thought that was funny.
Yes, yes. So I'm like, oh, thank you, Zed. Thank you. This is not. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. We're. This is going to be interesting.
I still need to get my nose fixed, but we can worry about that when we're en route.
Vans kind of heads to the cockpit and just sits and just contemplates the fact that, yeah, that didn't go well.
Sure.
Zale's going to go find Bishop.
Okay.
Hey, so now that we've got a little bit of time, can we talk?
What do you feel need to talk about?
Look, okay. I know that security gal had to die, I guess. I was being stupid, but I said we wouldn't shoot her, and warn me next time you do that, okay? I don't take this kind of job often. This is new to me. And just warn me before you go and slit people's throats like that. Okay?
Sure.
Thanks. Right. I'm going to go and take a painkiller and see if I can do something about and they rub their nose and wince this.
That's probably smart.
And they're heading back into the med bay.
Yeah. Bishop and Atmos, what do you all do? What do you two do?
So Atmos, this is his first real time on the ship, right? So I think he's just going to find an area that he can like put all of his gear and such, kind of like an armory of some kind, right?
Yeah.
Maybe like just an empty closet or something.
I'll say there's a very nice set of lockers where it has like little labels that you can basically like their little digital labels that you can input stuff on and
yeah, he's gonna claim one of those, take off his like his holster around his waist, hang that up, and also hang up his trench coat. Because I mean, you know, you gotta be you gotta be polite.
You hear over the loudspeaker, "Oh, forgot! Make yourselves at home. Pick your stuff. Captain's cabin is mine. Figure it out. Enjoy. Refreshments are in there. Take what you need. Enjoy. Store your gear. There's lockers all over."
And also, just since this is kind of the first time we've all been in this ship for a long time, just to kind of describe it. So this is, have you? I think the like name on it is still the old name. I would think even, right?
The has not been changed over. Has not been the paint job on the outside name has not changed yet. It's in the process of doing that. But it has been re-registered. The new name has been registered.
Perfect. So yes, it's a Lancer pursuit craft. So imagine the kind of classic Star Wars disc of a ship, right? But with the two like cylindrical engines on either side, a large turret on the top middle of the disc, and this very sleek black and green paint scheme looks a little more futuristic than a lot of Star Wars ships classically do. Like it's got this kind of like moving tech and stuff, very bells and whistles, fancy looking, with this kind of large, scaly monster with the screaming Corcoran. Is that how I pronounce it? I believe so.
Yeah, I think so.
The screaming Corcoran emblazed across it with like a black sun symbol for the O in Corcoran. As you all come in, it's plush, pristine. These mouse droids running about, keeping everything super tidy. Just this kind of, it's not really that actually nice. It's just like in terms of there's not really that many cool like practical features. They're just like as cushy and pristine as someone could make a ship.
Did Rax make a copy of the tech that got installed in the ship by chance?
He did not have the time nor the resources to do so, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, this is probably a bad idea, but Zale
I love
is
it
going
already.
to take a painkiller and start trying to fix their own broken nose. Because remember, in the first session, they got a critical injury on them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
And
what's-
those don't go away automatically unless you rest for a full week.
So what's the difficulty on that critical injury? Should still be on your character
Okay.
sheet.
So, the injury is a fearsome wound, which is 2 purple dice, but since I'm doing it on my own, there's
4
4
purple
purple
dice.
dice.
Sure are. All right. Well, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, let me make sure the dice pool's clear. And medicine and roll, and I did a bad job.
So that's 4 failures and 2 advantage.
Let me make sure
Can we hear
failures
a
don't
scream?
like.
So
No, you don't hear a scream, you hear swearing. Lots and lots of swearing.
lots and lots of Star Wars swearing. Yes. Let me take a peek at what that usually means here. Failures eliminate. Okay, so the advantage, you could take care of some like strain. So basically you just taking the time to kind of work on yourself just like is at least some time to kind of take a deep breath and such.
You told us to reset our strain
Oh,
totals
that's right, because
after
it's the
last
start of a new session. So yeah, never mind.
Remember how many I had.
No, you're good. Because yeah, it's at the start of a session, so and all that. So you're good. I mean, I think it's pretty clear. Here's what I will say. You with the 2 advantage, you know not to keep going. You like
Yeah.
start on it and you're like, you know what? Nope. Nope. And does anyone else have anything they want to really be doing?
So are the 2 advantage just meaning I don't do any more damage to myself?
I think the 2 advantage
Okay.
are you know that you should not keep going or you're going to hurt yourself.
Okay.
Basically.
Yeah, Atmos is going to see if he can find maybe in the cockpit like the system specs, right?
Sure.
Try and figure out what exactly is on this ship, how it's put together, such like
Sounds
that.
good. Yeah, you start finding all the like information about that, and then I'll say so. You two are probably Vans and Atmos are probably in the cockpit right now, and start getting like a call, like a hollow, and it just has like the Van der Jar symbol on as the caller card.
Everybody in the lounge, we got an incoming call.
Okay, I'm going to head in sort of with a hand
Yeah, there's
kind
just
of
like a big
over my
bandage.
face and
Yeah.
So in the lounge is the nice hollow projector and the lounge. So kind of go in there and I'll tell you in the cockpit later and show you everything that's going on. But so I click up and bring up the video.
Whoa, okay. We got some details for you. So you all are going to go to the Quen space station. All right. It's you really can't miss it. Just go to Quen. It's outside of hot space. You'll love it there. There should be some black sun. We have a few contacts that you can speak to. There also are contacts, though. So if you want to know more about them, we're going to have to talk payment because that kind of thing's not free. If you have your own way, if you know your own people in the Quen space station, maybe you know about people in the casino there. I mean, the Royal K Casino is a big deal, but basically, we know there's some Black Sun operatives there. We know generally that there should be enough people there that you can, you managed to get yourself into this mess. You should be able to find at least a few people of the Black Sun. However, you find out whether or not they have been sabotaging our ships / people, not really my concern, to be honest.
Do you have specific information on which ships from which ports so we can narrow that down? Because the galaxy is a big place.
Sure is, yeah. So we're talking about the ones coming into Nar Shaddaa right now. Hey, you know what? If you uncover more plots on a galactic scale, that'd be just swell. But really, right now we're just worrying about Nar Shaddaa.
So all you're really looking for is information on who exactly has it out for the Van der Jacques clan.
Yeah, and specifically, again, there's some kind of sabotage going on. Need to find out who, why, and how, with an emphasis on how. Now, in terms of Black Sun, the people there should be plenty for you to find. You might not want to go barking right up their tree, but I know there's a Rob doesn't know how to Nautolan. There's a Nautolan there. Should be low enough for you all to kind of do what you do, I think. But
There are a lot of Nautolans in the galaxy. Who exactly are we looking for? What's the name? What do they look like?
Right. Driel Zod. They're yeah. They're greenish. You know what? Probably so I mean you ask around for Driel, probably find something, but honestly, the thing that's really gonna stand out is they have a bodyguard. They're a Dashad. Big nasty guys.
I know exactly. Yep.
Oh no! None of this is in character. I'm trying to get myself under control here.
No, I know exactly. Yep.
Quick question. Go ahead, Atmos. I got a question afterwards.
No, this was going to be out of character. You go ahead.
So you talked about sabotage and how things are getting sabotaged. Are the ships, the shipments, specifically, what can we ask about? A little bit more information, please.
Listen, we've been having people having issues coming out of hyperspace around Nar Shaddaa.
Okay.
We make sure we have people we can trust flying our ships. So either the people we trust are being attacked, or there's a bigger problem at work here. Any other questions?
None from me.
Sorry, I
All
can't.
right.
I can't talk without.
And they close the call. So yes, you now know that you're going to the Quen space station, which is a massive space station on the kind of like on the very edge of Hut space. It's it's about as neutral ground as like Socorro is, but because it's basically just all run by its own thing. It has a lot of. It is known for like. It is kind of almost touristy. Like there's a very famous casino there by the name of the Royal K. So what I will say is, yeah, well, that's all you probably know without making rolls and such for it as well.
I would like to make rolls.
Love it. So this seems to me like it would be an outer rim check.
Okay, outer rim.
And I will
Not
say
underworld. Oh well.
no, I mean, there's definitely underworld stuff going on, but this is like Socorro's very much a criminal place, but there's some actual legitimate business going on here. So I have two purple dice in.
Okay then.
Oh boy.
Huh. So
Wow.
Wow. 4 failures, 3 advantage. I have never been here.
yes, you've never been, nor do you even know of anyone who has been to there. I guess I'll tell you just a little bit more about the build. So that it's a 3-tiered place with the top is basically like a whole the city where people like live, and there's entertainment and recreation and stuff. Below that is like a space dock for your class ship or fighters, and then there's a big like dry dock where like star destroyers can dock and like be repaired or stuff like that. So it's like it is about 3,000 meters long, this space station.
Has Van's family talked about the space station before?
That sounds like
an outer rim roll.
That sounds like a great reason to do an outer rim roll.
Yeah, maybe there's been a connection or two. So I've got my outer rim roll ready.
Go ahead.
I have 1 yellow, 1 green, and
right.
nothing.
I
So
just
here
got
we
my
go.
2 purple. 5 advantage. So
5 advantage. So,
what I will say is you have not personally been there, but you do know that your mom and her whole crew has been there multiple times, and I will say you.
She's mentioned it, but she didn't get into a lot of detail.
Yeah, it was just kind of.
Yeah.
Here's what I'll say. You know that basically it's more on the level than Socorro is, so you have to be much more discreet, and it's much more. You don't really do the deals on the station. It's more you set up the deals and do the deals elsewhere, because the corporations are running their dry dock and their casinos and entertainment. They don't want all this illicit stuff getting in the way, so to speak. There's so much hut space for people to do that.
And there's its own security force, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Private security force. Yeah.
Vans is looking like upset. Not upset, but just nervous. Very, very nervous. It's like,
And here, you know what? With because you got so many advantage, I will say that you remember that your mother went out of her way a few times to not go to Quinn. Like she was like, no, let's not go there. Let's just go to a slightly further place to get dropped off and stuff.
so something that bothered her there, and that's what it's jogging something up that something just not.
Yeah.
Well, are we ready? Let's get this over with.
Yep. Finish this,
Well-
we're off the hook.
Hey, look on the bright side. At least there aren't so many huts.
True, but this is
That is good.
a different space station. I've never been there, but I've heard some things about it. It's not your place to go. It's more discreet, and yeah, this isn't. Yeah. Well, let me know when you're ready. I'm gonna go to the. I'm gonna go to get pre-warmed up.
I can be discreet.
Rob,
Yeah.
would Atmos know anything about the Black Sun? Has he probably worked for them before?
That sounds like a great time to do what would be an underworld role, right? Is
An
that what's
underworld
called?
check? All right.
Yeah.
I do not have a great underworld, but I'm going to make this roll anyway.
Positive thing.
What's the difficulty on
I'll
this?
just say 2.
2? All right.
So
Nope.
probably not a
Oh,
ton.
and that's even with
your mentor favored working with the Huts. I think she had a good working relationship with them, so just kind of didn't work with the Black Sun. With one advantage,
that advantage shouldn't be there. I accidentally had a blue die in it, so that's a straight wash.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, no, you they exist. You know they're kind of like a cartel rivaling to the Hut and Pikes. You know.
Mhm.
Hey, wait! Everyone's been doing some knowledge rolls. Do you want to see if you know something about either the Black Sun or Quen?
Sure.
What do you think Bishop would have more reason to know about?
Probably the Black Sun.
All right, so I've got my difficult still in. So go ahead and roll.
Underworld?
Mhm.
Is that what we just said? All
Yeah,
right.
so it should be in your knowledge skills. Okay, so that's 2 successes and 2 threats. So you've definitely run afoul of the Black Sun maybe once. Not like super major, but just like, you know. I feel like. So what do you want to know? What do you think you want to know about the Black Sun, I guess? For 2 successes.
Can I be honest with you? I'm drawing a blank.
No worries.
I'll take suggestions.
Yeah. Because generally I would tell you about like might use for so I guess what I'll say is that you would know that Black Sun would probably be in like the high rolling casinos and such type things, right? They're not going to be the people typically in like the seedy, grimy bars and cantinas, right? That's probably more Pike or Hut domain, right? These people are like there's a cartel, right? They're going to be in like nice. They're going to be looking all nice. They're going to be in the high rolling casinos, probably.
Yeah, they're the mafia.
Right.
Okay.
They're much more mafioso than just gangster.
Right. Okay.
So that's probably where you're going to want to start looking at the like higher levels of the facility. All right. So are you guys going to head out?
Vans gets him pre-hitting it. Amos, you co-pilot.
Sure.
All right. So so we need to get to. This is our first time flying, so we got to get into a little good rhythm. He kind of points out different things, gunning, how things go. You'll be mainly the gunning while I'll be flying. We've got secondaries.
All right.
Who wants to do the? Let's see. Do I want to do the astrogation?
I don't know.
I can.
Are you any good at astrogation? Because I am not.
I only have 2, so but I'll do it.
I can give it a
not really
shot.
Well, I think because we're up there. It's not going to be difficult, but we should be able to do it.
All right.
So, because we're in the cockpit.
So normally it's just a 1. It's an easy astrogation check to jump to places. So I'm gonna, because of some stuff that happened during the fight, I'm gonna add an extra purple die because basically there's some like weirdness that went on with like stuff falling on the ship and all that. So it's gonna be 2 purple die. Now, for reasons that I'm not going to disclose, both of those purple die are going to be upgraded.
Can
Oh.
I help?
Yes.
I would
do.
like to help because I at least have an int of 3.
So this is going to be a 2 red die astrogation check.
Did you didn't upgrade? You upgraded not because of destiny. You
No.
upgraded for other reasons.
This is just because of things that are happening. This is 2 red die instead of 2 purple die. So
2 red die, huh?
mhm.
All right.
So so it's Van's making the roll with assist from
I guess.
Zale.
Yeah, it's gonna have to
That
be that.
might be best. When I have red dice, I always get the spares.
So
Alright.
Vans, what's your skill? What's your total
I have-
pool?
I have
for this?
2 green plus the boost,
Okay.
correct?
Sure.
No. You
Oh.
have my int. My int of 3.
Okay, so it's
Oh,
gonna be
you're
You're
three
the one
green
who's
for you.
only contributing a boost because
So-
I don't think you have a skill in it.
All right, so it's going to be 3 green
And a blue should be.
and a.
All right.
All right, let's
Let's
see if
do
this
it.
works.
Okay. So just an advantage.
So I didn't hit the exact coordinates, but we made it there, but off a little bit.
Yes. So you guys will basically so I will say that this is probably going to be because this is a pretty you're not going across the galaxy, but you're going like from like part of the mid-ish rim to edge of hut space
Mhm.
for Socorro. So I'll say we'll call this like a day, right? It'd be about a day of hyperspace travel. That's cut down. I was going to say it was like a day and a half. With the advantage, we'll say it's like just a day, right?
Okay.
As you so basically what happens is you type in all these coordinates, right? And you set your path, you get ready, you jump in, and as you start jumping in, everything starts to untrack and retrack onto seemingly random spots as you start to like lock in coordinates in hut space, right? You're
I
like
think I know why everyone's so interested in that tag.
you're like pathing along, right? You're this hyperspace lane, everything's good.
Mhm.
And then the closer you get to hut space, things start to untrack automatically and retrack in seeming random areas. And so you guys are going to come out like a little bit away from the station, but there were no failures. So there's not going to be too much difficulty, but you all do have a full day to kind of rest and recover. So if there's first off, any just like scenes or talking, like this is the first time you all have been together and not had like immediate danger.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm starting
Now
to
that-
wonder if it's the pilots and the ships being sabotaged at all.
I am curious about that. Atmos is, even though he's not exactly great with medicine, I think he's going to make an attempt to heal Zale's crit.
Okay, so I have 2
I think
purple
only
dice.
one attempt can be made per week.
Per week? Oh boy.
per encounter.
Let me check.
I'll say with
No,
I'll
no
say the two.
crits.
I'll say with the 2 advantage. I'll ignore that and let Atmos do it. Basically.
Okay.
So I'll say
Okay.
that's the like mechanical benefit you get for the advantage of like I'm not gonna count that against you because even you
All
were
right.
like this is probably not this is probably nothing.
Yeah.
So I've got my 2 purple dice in.
Alrighty. So let's roll that. Nope.
Nope. Yeah.
That is 3 failures.
Yeah. You just
And
like
so,
reopen like you just get like a super bloody
crap,
nose, Zale.
Atmos, no.
sorry,
No,
sorry.
I mean,
All the
I
mouse droids just
appreciate
go crazy.
I
yeah.
appreciate the thought, but ow, Griff.
I think the reason why that failed is because Atmos was actually like talking to Zale while that happened, while he was working on her.
Okay, what were you
But if
saying?
yeah, he was like, I appreciate the instinct to go for the tech as it was good for more money, but unfortunately, it did lead to more trouble than it was worth. So I would very much appreciate if we could hold off on rash decisions like that in the future. And I think it's at this point that like he like tweaks something.
Yeah.
Ow, Atmos, you have made your griffing point. Get off my face.
Sorry, I'm not experienced with this.
Atmos, you make a good point. Yes, it was a rash decision, but yeah, okay.
I do think it was good to withhold it from the Empire, but taking it in the first place seemed rash.
Opportunity came about. Uncle Rax was here, opportunity came, and I'm used to opportunity. When opportunities knock, you kind of come in and you take it. But I understand what we're in, so in the future, I'll try to wait until we can discuss it as a group.
Double crossing your employer is never a good idea.
Well, trust me, you don't
Unless
need
you're
to
a
worry
pirate.
about me pulling anything like that here. The Empire's one thing, but family's family. So, yes, I
Chupa.
am in this 100%.
I think Atmos, like when you mentioned that family's family, he actually like breaks eye contact with you. Like he was looking you pretty well in the eye for most of this until eventually until you mentioned family.
Mama did say family is important. They're the ones that sometimes you may not like them, but you got to deal with them.
And sometimes they get you into more trouble than they're worth.
That is very, very true.
Yeah, well, doesn't matter. Still family, still clan. Far as I'm concerned, either you watch their back or you disown them. No middle grounds.
He doesn't have anything else really to say.
And Zale sort of they're doing some very particular Leku gestures during this. They're trying to convey a different nuance of family than most people think about, but it's not really coming through in basic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I don't think Atmos speaks. Is it Twi'leki or Rill that includes the head tail movements?
No clue.
Because one is the spoken word and the other one includes the head tail movements. I don't know. I'll have to look it up on Wikipedia later.
Yeah.
At the very least, you all do get like a day of just complete rest. So you'll recover any strain you had taken, especially since I said you did, because this was going to happen. And I don't remember how recovering wounds over time works. I believe if you take like a full day of rest.
Resilience checks, I think.
That sounds correct.
Oh no. For each full night's rest, 1 wound is healed.
Okay.
And Zale's gonna pop another stim pack for 4, then
You mean Vans?
so or Vans, excuse me. Sorry. I don't know. Sorry. Vans is gonna pop another stim pack.
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you want my remaining stim pack, you're going to have to ask.
Nope.
Sounds good.
I got it.
So
So
coming into this, you should all have recovered at least some of your wounds and all your strain. Is there anything else? So, is there anything else, or should we
No.
come out of hyperspace?
let's come out of hyperspace.
All
Let's
right.
drop out of hyperspace.
All right, so I'm going to use a destiny point. So you all drop out of hyperspace, and you see like a bit in the distance this massive 3-tiered like circular space station. But right now, you see kind of moving towards it. You've come like maybe a little close for comfort, but not like, you're not actually in danger of crashing. A large sea rock, which is a very typical hut, kind of like cruiser carrier, like large capital ship with hut
no.
iconography emblazoned all around it. And you get like a hail. I don't think that's what it's called in Star Wars, but that's what it came in my head immediately.
Oh, drat. Fine, let's take it.
Beep. I click up, send it.
Yeah.
I'm in the cockpit, but I send it both locations.
Yeah. Oh, this is the venerable. You came in real close to us. What's your business?
Sorry, we just something wacky about coming out of hyperspace. No worries, we'll leave. So sorry. And I start turning away and start going.
Yeah, let's do a negotiation check here. As you are a right now Black Sun ship with your little symbol that just jumped really close to this sea rock. So I'm gonna say that this is going to be a 2 purple die, but I'm gonna use a dark side point as well. So it's gonna be 1 red, 1 purple. So
Wow.
you guys gave me 4.
That's true.
So
I'm making the negotiation roll, huh? Do I get any? No, you know what? It was just going to be
if
straight.
somebody wants to try and jump in
Yeah,
and can say something really good.
Me.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you say?
You're in the back, so
Nothing. I apologize completely for our error. We had some minor astrogation trouble coming in, and we haven't had the chance to tune up this ship since we acquired it secondhand.
All right. So I will say that is definitely good enough that you can use Zale's skills and stuff, Vans.
I have a negotiation of 1 yellow, 2 green.
All right. So roll that in a boost.
Okay. Against a purple and a red.
Yes. Oh.
A triumph!
Whoa, what's that
bad
like?
luck
So that's
paid off.
4 successes and a triumph, because triumphs also counts as a success. So they are totally fine with you. You know what? So I think with that triumph, the person comes on. Are you telling me this is not, you're not Black Sun?
We're not.
We
acquired it.
Any enemy Black Sun's friend of the huts. If you get in, go to the bottom of the first section. Come in, find NASA's cantina. Yeah,
We'll do that. Thank you so much.
and that's NAST. I was doing the ship voice.
Yeah.
So yeah, you seem to have made at least a passing friend.
Good job, Zen.
So yeah, you are allowed to, and you all go through the bureaucracy of landing in a hangar bay, kind of get your own little spot.
I don't think we need to be refueled, but we probably. But if there's a maintenance droid, I'm like, I'll throw. I want to see how much it is to cover up a quick spray job on the ship while we're gone.
I'll say that'll be like, I don't have a good grasp of credit, how much credits are worth. So I'll say it's like just a good like 20 credits.
50 credits?
Yeah, 50 credits.
I was gonna say about 50 credits.
50
so,
credits
all right.
sounds good to me.
So as because of the maintenance kind of comes in, I'm like, hey, do me a favor, spray the O, get the O off a little bit, and kind of take care.
Yeah.
Take care of that stuff. So.
And just kind of like takes the credits, and yes, you have that. So now, one of the many reasons why I wanted to use Destiny points is that it's at this point, if a few of you would like to, we could do I know a guy rolls. So this is, I believe it is actually homebrew. It's not an actual rule in the system, but what this would be is you could use a Destiny point to basically say, I do know of a person here, or at least who might be here. And then we roll some kind of check to see not only if they're here, but what their current kind of situation is. So yeah, Zale looks like.
I was thinking one too. You go first, and then we'll compare what we think.
All right. So let me flip that destiny point.
Oh, okay.
Wait, are we flipping now?
I thought we were
or,
just
are we
pitching
waiting?
what we wanted to roll
Oh,
first.
okay. All right. I'm pitching that there's not exactly a Meshta, but someone who married into the clan, basically. They're not even a Twi'lek, they're human, but they're a fairly high-profile gambler here.
Okay.
They hang around the casino. They're not one of the really big high rollers, but they're there a lot, and they're good enough at it that they haven't gone broke. Hopefully. We don't know their situation.
Okay.
All right. So, as part of the bounty hunting guild, Atmos has met many different like representatives of the guild, and there is one on this particular station because one of the many kinds of people who get bounties put on them are people who are in debt for gambling, and so they tend to. So if somebody has a particular addiction to gambling, they're going to show up at a casino sooner or later, and they just sit here and wait for them to show up and then catch them.
Sure. Did anyone else have? I mean, I don't know if it necessarily makes sense for what we just talked about for Vans to do an Anoa guy here.
Vans is just nervous because ever since that hut, the black sun, he's just stressed.
Yeah.
And that's why he's like, just get that black sun symbol off because he's just stressed.
Yeah. So, and then is there any bishop? Can you think of a person bishop might know here that you might want to do a roll for? Because you guys do have 3 destiny points, so you could do one for each of you guys and see how it goes as well. But
if we wanted to give you the whole pool.
I don't know. Y'all are crazy. But I don't know if bishop has a.
I can't think of any reason
Okay.
that he would.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's up to you guys whether you want to do both of those.
Yeah.
Because I think those were both great from you two, Io and Alex. So I think it's kind of more up to you guys.
Gone buzzy.
Yeah, it has.
Do you want to take a
Okay.
short pause and we'll fix that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll take a pause. We as a party will figure out what I know a guy roll we're going to do, and we'll see where that leads us. Be right back, folks. Hello.
We're back.
All right, we're back. We're back. Sorry about that, folks. So we've decided. So we are going to do an I know a guy roll for Atmos's bounty hunter contact, who has just like the cushiest jobs. Just as a note, basically just has to sit and wait for gamblers to come into very nice casinos, and then Zale is going to just naturally make friends as she is wont to do. So.
Yep.
This is going to be a if you use your Destiny point, this is going to be
Yep, I'll flip that.
We'll say this sounds pretty reasonable to me. I'll say that this is going to be a 2 purple die streetwise check.
Alrighty. Let me I've got 2 yellow in streetwise, so let's
Love it.
roll that.
Okay.
That is a
So-
success with 2 threats.
So this is something. So the success means that this works. So the threats, unlike normal, we're not really going to figure out what that means together. This is going to be something more that I'm going to figure out and have come up. Of like, this is like something's not necessarily going to be all perfect going on with this contact, but they're going to be there. So do you have an idea for like a name or in a species for them?
For the species, I was thinking of I don't know how it's actually supposed to be pronounced, but it's a Shistavine, which are these furry werewolf-looking guys. They look like they've got like, dog-looking faces, fur all over. They've got like the backwards facing legs.
Perfect. Do you have an idea for a name for them?
I do not have a name, so you go ahead and go nuts.
Jeez. Oh boy.
Krita?
You don't want that. Krita.
Krita?
Perfect.
I like that.
Krita.
Kree apostrophe TE or TA. Krita.
TA,
yep. Yeah.
Krita.
Perfect. So yeah, you guys come down. You remember at most you heard about your mentor was like, this is for people who are not too ambitious, right? They don't want to get in too much fighting, but there's this guy Krita basically just has to sit around all day in a casino, wait for people who have racked up too much gambling debt to walk in and nab them.
I do need to correct myself. It's Shistavainen is how it's
Shistavainen.
pronounced.
Perfect.
Yeah, and so
yeah, you guys basically have Krita. You know about Nast's Cantina, which is what the guy in the Sea Rock told you about, and then just have a whole station in front of you. So what do you want to do?
We land, get out, get through security, the processes. No one's got any restricted stuff, so we're good, I'm assuming. Make our way down to the the cantina that they mentioned.
Perfect.
And go up, go find a booth, order some drinks, and sit down. And Van's hand is on his blaster. It's on Jessica and he's just twitchy. He's just really, really twitchy. You've never seen Van's like this. He is normally just this cool, just cool cucumber, just easy, smooth. Yeah, no, he's twitchy. He's just like not wanting to be here. Just not. He's on edge.
Yeah. So you all walk into Nast's Cantina. It's pretty seedy. Like it's on the seedier end for Quen. It's a hut aligned bar, right? So you see a good amount. You do see Nast, who is a Sluisi, which is like basically like a snake person. So they're just like this Naga. They're just one large snake with arms behind the bar with this kind of like, they do have this kind of like tech readout in front of them that's like tracking bills, and also like got like, you see like some sports in the top right corner who's like, welcome. Make yourself at home. Make any drinks for you all. I'm Nast.
of course. What are you guys thinking? I'll get a Corellian whiskey.
Ah, man of taste.
Two.
Two men of taste.
No, two for me.
A man of two tastes, I see. Tough flight in?
You could say that. And then Van just quiets.
Understood.
I'd better let him do the drinking for me then. For now.
We'll just say that second one was yours.
Yeah.
Anything for you? Looking at Bishop.
Yeah, just like a water sort of thing. Just a water. Bishop's not a drinker.
Well, there's no accounting for taste, huh?
It
What
gets
brings
the
you all
job
to
Of
done.
course,
Quen?
my friend.
What brings you all to Quen?
I've got a friend here that I'm looking for. Maybe you could help find him. What did we say their name was? I totally lost that.
Krita.
I'm looking for Krita.
Ah, yeah, should be up in the Royal K, high roller. What I know.
I should have figured. I just, it doesn't hurt to ask around,
Of course, although I will say you might have trouble getting in. No offense, you don't exactly look like typical Royal K patrons right now.
We've had a rough few days.
Hey, who hasn't? But
Yeah, these aren't exactly my my dress clothes. You happen to know of a place where we could possibly dress up?
there's no shortage of those places here. That's for sure. I can show you a few that might suit you all, but you gotta be dressed. You gotta look the part to go in the Royal K. That's for sure. And I, of course, am not worried about it because you wouldn't make trouble in my bar. But don't expect to be taking those plasters in there as well.
No, of course not. I figured as much. Well, I appreciate the tip. And he flips the bartender a few extra credits.
And I appreciate yours.
Yeah, so I'm gonna subtract 5 credits from me.
Sounds good. Sounds good. At this point, you all also see you see a human in kind of like a pilot's jumper walk in and kind of say, Corcoran? Screaming Corcoran?
I look. Not anymore.
We talked right outside the. No?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Was that
of
not
course.
you all? Okay.
That was us.
Okay, that was almost very embarrassing. Okay. Whew. Hi. Sorry. Yes. Nice to meet you all. Yeah, and you see Nesta kind of slides them over a regular drink. It's pretty clear that they're, a regular here. So
No need to be nervous.
thanks. Well, what if I may ask you, what are you all doing here? The name's Jadar.
Great to meet you,
So-
Jada. Why don't we take this into a booth?
Oh, yeah, sounds good. Looks over. Oh, my regular's open. This is just like you see there's a booth with like 2 other people in it, and Ness just kind of gives them a look, and Nadar gives them a look, and they meekly get out.
Vans is would like to look them over if there's any insignias or anything like identifying group affiliation
On Nadar?
on the new guy that just walked.
Yeah,
by.
Nadar. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nadar.
Hut. I mean, this guy was in the Sea Rock.
Okay, so he's in the Sea Rock,
There-
but okay,
They're very clearly part of the hut.
The hut?
The hut.
okay. Hmm.
So yeah, you all get in a booth. So you all seem on my side for the most part. At least not on the side of my enemy, which I like. Enemy of my enemy and all. So
At least someone to have a chat with.
exactly.
That's how the saying goes.
I like that.
So you visit the stations often?
Yep, this is kind of my route, to be honest.
Having difficulties getting in and out?
You know, the hyperspace has been a little wacky, but it's an old sea rock, so you know, nothing I ain't used to.
Yeah, we had some trouble getting in too, so we just kind of didn't know if it was normal space back then.
You see, that's actually why we're here.
Oh,
The Vendirja clan has had us to investigate the disappearance and sabotages of some particular pilots and ships.
Except it's starting to look like it might not be as targeted as we thought.
I mean, yeah, there's been a lot of crashes and botched jumps. I mean, there's always a few. You know, some people just can't cut it, but it's been more than normal. I mean, there's a whole freighter that jumped right into an asteroid right outside Nar Shaddaa. Real nasty business.
I think
Yeah.
that might have been the straw that sent us here.
I think so. Lost a lot of money there.
Anyone check the beacon?
Beacon seems fine. Nobody's been messing with it. Yeah, I mean,
But whatever the cause, there's possibly been people taking advantage who we don't want taking advantage.
right.
And so that's why we're here. And so we figured that your tip might start us off in some friendlier territory before we start really looking around. Calm
Sure.
down our friend here.
Well, hey, you shouldn't have to worry too much. I mean, listen, you say the wrong thing to the wrong people, you're gonna get shot in the alley. But this place is pretty clean. You don't stick your nose too deep too fast. I mean, most places, you know, up there aren't. You're not even gonna be able to have your blasters. So just, you know, play it smart. You should be fine. I can certainly. Where are you looking to go here?
Well, Atmos says he's got a friend who's a regular at one of the casinos.
The Royal K or one of the
That's the
smaller
one.
ones? Okay. I could probably hook you up with means to get in.
That would be mighty appreciated.
Yeah, no worries. Afraid I can't help you too much more than that. I know I only got so many favors I can pull for y'all, but I mean, you know, listen, if there is some kind of sabotage going on and you're gonna keep making sure my beautiful big old ship I help pilot over there isn't crashing into anything, I'm more than happy to help you out.
We're here to get to the bottom of this. Whatever's behind it.
Sounds good to me. Well, and hey, you know, if things go south, you need a place, I'll be here. This place is not gonna be friendly to the people you're probably gonna run afoul of if you do. So
I offer comlink, exchange comlinks. So if we do take him up on that offer.
sounds good. Yeah, he exchanges comlinks with you.
Alrighty, so I think this is actually the point when Atmos is going to finish his whiskey, get up, and actually start heading toward the tailor that he was recommended by the bartender.
Oh well,
I'm going to follow.
Jadar is your get in there. So Jadar is like basically going to hook you up with like outfits and like ways to get in.
Perfect. Actually, that's
Yeah.
even better because I
That's-
thought we were gonna have to get our
That
own
was
outfits.
yes. So
Yay
that's
for
the
triumph.
triumph. That's the triumph. The triumph is y'all have an in to the Royal K because you found a person who very much thinks you are all very good with the huts and
Mhm.
is down with y'all. So yeah, basically y'all sit there and drink for a bit, and then you see another hut person comes in and hands you all just kind of like little parcels, and they've just got like some fancier clothes. They're not going to be great fits, but they'll do the job. And then some little like
Special on
little,
Atmos. Holy crap!
yeah, and then some like passes. So it's just like got like it's like gold tier 2 members.
Mm-hmm.
So
Thank you.
no worries. Good luck.
You too. Always nice to have a friend around.
That it is. That it is. Stay safe out there. And just knocks back
Thank
another
you.
drink.
So I think Bishop would step up,
Mhm.
say, "You're a regular here, right?
Yeah.
What does the name Driel mean to you?"
Driel?
Isn't that who we're looking for?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why don't you
No, that was him. That was
Okay.
him. Not. Don't worry. No, you're good. You're good. Driel. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a regular here, not really up there. So not much, to be honest. Is it
Not to
split it?
worry. Not to worry. I think I have that particular avenue covered.
All right.
Again, we appreciate your help. We'll try to be in touch when, hopefully, we have more to talk about.
Sounds good. I'll be here, and just like orders another drink.
Right, time to get changed.
All right. A little
Changing
fashion.
montage.
Yeah, a little changing like a skin in a video game montage switch. Later, you all come out with your little like gold member tier 2 badges, and
How fancy are these clothes? Are they like business casual, or are we wearing tuxes?
no, this is like black tie, Star Wars black tie formal.
I like
Noble
to think
regalia-ish?
Not
or
not
just
like
a step down?
regalia, just like black tie.
Okay,
Like you're not pretending to be like somebody important, just somebody well off.
well off. Okay.
Yeah. I like to think that Atmos is like a pretty well fitted tux, except like the pants are definitely way too short. They go up to his
Yeah,
ship.
no, they're all slightly not good fits, right?
He's wearing
'Cause,
capris.
these were just gotten. These weren't made for you, so they're not. None of these are great fits on you all, but
Mm-hmm.
they'll do the trick.
Hey, it's not all in the fit. Attitude makes up for a lot.
There you go.
I
And
certainly
I,
hope
for one,
so.
have a stellar attitude.
Get it? Because it's Star Wars.
Yeah, and he's
Um,
he's just like constantly like yanking at his pants for being too tight.
mhm, mhm.
He wears cargo pants most of the time. He's not used to this.
Yes. So yeah, I'm assuming you all are headed to the Royal K.
So what are we doing with our clothes and equipment that we had?
I assume we're
I
just
mean,
leaving him on the ship.
I will say, yeah,
vote
you
we
could
stash on the
Alright.
ship.
you could either get
Okay.
like basically like a locker in the station, or you could just put it on your ship. Yeah,
We'll lock them up on the ship. So yeah,
sounds good.
get in the quarters.
Now, basically, in the Royal K, you can't bring your blasters in, but there'll be like the places to put them. So are you gonna just leave your weapons on the ship, or are you gonna take them with and then put them?
I'm gonna leave my weapons on the ship.
Okay.
I'm leaving mine on the ship. Zale's going to take it out of the like inner pocket of her jacket, stash it in her room. And honestly, she actually looks a bit more comfortable not wearing it than she does wearing it.
You have a holdout blaster,
Mhm.
right?
Yep.
Okay.
Vans is bringing the secondary generic blaster he picked up
Not Jessica.
and just gonna not Jexica. No,
Okay.
he's gonna leave Jexica, but he's gonna leave that one and put it in the lockbox so that he needs something close by. He's just like yeah.
And then
So-
what about Bishop?
Bishop just kind of chucks the pickup blaster that we got into the cargo bay or what.
Sounds good. So you're just not going to take, none of you are taking weapons then, except for Vans, who's got the backup blaster.
Oh no, I'm definitely taking everything else.
Oh, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
But all of mine are kind of either inbuilt or
Yeah.
otherwise not overly noticeable.
I think Atmos is actually going to turn to Zale and say, "Could I see a blaster for a moment?"
Sure. Here you go.
And I think he's going to actually attempt to smuggle this thing in.
All right. That'll be fun. So, yeah, are
The
you?
blaster is basically a very generic holdout, not even like major brand weaponry, except in that this is a mass-produced thing that Zale picked up without really knowing much about weapons or how to use them.
Mhm, mhm.
Yep.
It was cheap, and she figured she could have it. To any kind of weapons person, it's probably pretty obviously, yeah, that's a generic cheap weapon.
Yeah.
And very small in his hands, because these things are already very small.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
All right.
It's
So,
this dinky little thing.
Before we leave, I lock the ship
Mhm.
and I'm like computer alarms.
good night. And then you see like a little red ring appear around the outside of the ship and just like slowly start glowing as the alarms have been turned on.
Mm-hmm. Vans is like so.
Doomsday
Just-
prepper. Let's just like.
Oh yeah, he's just got this feeling like
Mhm.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
I've about
Just
told
bad.
you that you got very lucky with this ship, because you certainly did.
Yes, I shoot very very well. So I won the ship. I won the ship in a shooting contest. I beat out a Black Sun operative for it. He bet his ship. He didn't think I could do double shoot, so Zale's seen that trick before. But
I have.
yeah.
So yeah,
I
you
am so glad not to be going on one of the shooting missions. This
you all
is much more my kind of job.
love it. You all are headed to the Royal K. So you all arrive. It's this massive, like, beautiful casino. It's just got like these lights, very elegant, like these kind of beautiful crystalline and different art pieces, and just this massive, beautiful casino. And there's multiple entrances, and you kind of walk up and approach, and there at the front there's two bouncers. There's this large Wookiee in like a very kind of ill-fitting tux-ish getup, and a Thorian as well. Just like these two massive, which are Thorians, for those who don't know, are like they've basically got like, imagine a stag beetle, right? Like that face that kind of curves upwards, and with two eyes at the either end. They're like these massive people, and Thorian kind of approaches all and welcome to the Circle K, all of you. I hope you don't mind. We make sure you're not taking anything dangerous in.
Go ahead.
Hand over my weapon, my blaster.
Just hands it over. So we're gonna be doing some rolls here. So this is going to be they're gonna roll perception check versus stealth. So
Yep.
Atmos first. So they are gonna get a disadvantaged a black die because the holdout pistol is easy to hide.
Yep. And I've got 4 greens in stealth.
Okay. So it's gonna be 4 purple for them, and then they have 2 green and a yellow. So they're pretty good at their job here. And they do get a blue because the Wookiee is there as well. So it's a blue, 2 green, and a yellow versus a black and 4 purple. So I'm gonna roll for them. So
Yes.
that's a failure and a threat. So yeah, they search you around, pat you down. You are all set. They don't find your blaster. Now, Bishop, what's your stealth here?
1 green, 1 yellow, and 2 blue.
1 green, 1 yellow, and 2 blue. So I'll translate those blue into black. So it's going to be now 1 blue, 2. So for this, what I'm going to say, well, here we'll roll and we'll see what happens here. Unless you have any other things that you want to modify this with.
I know there's some of these that have, or at least one.
Mm-hmm.
But we can figure that out probably.
So
Add a
is
black
your yellow
perception to find on a person's body for one of them.
So what all are you trying to hide on your person, I guess?
I mean, really probably just the knife. I think everything
Just
else
the knife?
is pretty well covered.
Sounds good. All right. So let's just see what happens. All right. So that's a failure on their part and 3 advantage. So I think what happens is they pat you down. They're like, they don't find any weapons, but they like exchange a look of like, keep an eye on this guy. They kind of think like you look like trouble.
Yeah.
But then they see the like, oh, this is a player character. No, I'm kidding. So yeah, they kind of clock you guys, notice the badges, and we'll go on in. Enjoy your time at the Royal K.
Thanks, son. And Zale's going to be trying to take the lead here. Just walking on in as if this is the sort of thing she does every day.
Love it.
Vans is just scanning the room, just looking and looking and looking, just nervously looking.
Yeah, Atmos is scanning the bars and tables for whoever's name I completely forgot. I need to write it down again.
Oh, oops. Sorry.
Krita.
Ignore that. That
Krita.
was not an intentional roll. That was me trying to clear my pool. So yeah, Krita. So yeah, Atmos, you give me a perception test. I'll say this is just 2 difficulty. It's no, this is easy. This is going to be easy perception test.
I am
Perception.
going to
Alright.
be keeping an eye out for Naudilins in the company of something big, ugly, and mean.
Sounds good. We'll come to that in just a second here.
All right,
So
I'll
I'm
make
all
my
set
roll.
when you are. Mm-hmm.
That is a success with an advantage.
Yeah, you see like over at a table where people are rolling dice, you see Krita, this kind of basically looks like kind of a werewolf in this tux, like this very nice, it's this like sleek black setup, but they have a like shiny gold tie and a gold little handkerchief in their pocket that just like incandescently shine, and you see they just like run a huge pot and they just like and the whole table like erupts in applause, like they just want it big here.
Yep. I'm gonna go over and pat him on the back and say, well done there, my friend.
Thank you. Hey, do I know you?
You might have known Crook.
Ah, there we go. Hey, how is she?
Atmos's face drops and he says, "She's not doing well these days."
Ah, sorry to hear it. She's good. She's good at what she does.
Very, very much so.
You
Listen.
friend?
Yes, very much so.
Well, any friend of hers, is a friend of mine. Come on over. Kind of like indicates over to a bar. And here, real quick, while that goes on, Zale, I'm going to say it's going to be a 2 difficulty perception challenge for you here.
Alright.
Just because you're there may be, well, we'll see. Krita is the opposite of low profile in this bar here, in this casino here.
That
Okay.
is failure, but 3 advantage.
Yeah, so with 3 advantage, I'll say you basically are clocking like, you see a good number of people who seem pretty like drunk, loose right now, who probably would be pretty good people to talk to for like getting information out of them. You know, they're like people who've got loose tongues at this point, but you don't see who you're looking for.
Okay, I'm going to head over to one of them. And can someone remind me of the name of the Nautilin?
Drill.
Because I forgot it again.
Yeah, so
Drill.
Drilzad is the Nautilin you're looking
Drilzad,
for,
okay.
who has a Dashad with them, who you did not get the name of. What is, real quick, Vans and Bishop doing? Are they going to accompany? Is Vans just like basically looking around, not engaging?
He's just looking around, not engaged. He's just looking, keeping an eye on everyone else, but just like, yeah. He's actually looking to see if weapons, if is anyone carrying anything in here.
Sure. I'll say we'll do a perception test. This is going to be difficult though, because if anyone does, they're pretty well hidden. So we'll do 3 purple die for this.
3 purple die. Yeah, it's just he's going for, if they got a weapon, he's going to be going for them.
Yeah.
And take their weapon away.
Sounds
All right.
good.
So perception.
Yep.
And nothing on the bonuses. So that is. No.
Whoa! You take a strain as you are like, paranoidly looking around at all, trying to like find weapons, hints, anything. You just see, it's just, I mean, this is a massive casino, like tables as far as you can see, with like waitresses and waiters moving around at all times. Like this is like barely controlled chaos to you.
And I just grab a drink after. I'm just this is not good.
Bishop?
And I just stand behind Bishop.
Yep.
Bishop, what are you up to?
Bishop is kind of tight on Atmos.
Okay, sounds good.
I think,
Keep an eye.
Yeah, just kind of, I guess, scanning peripheral.
Perfect. So we'll do them first. So yeah, you two are with Krita. So yeah, what you want to talk about here, my friend?
I'm on a bit of a job right now, and I was hoping you could help me out.
Well, no worries. What you got?
Well, recently there's been some mishaps on Shaddaa involving several pilots. We have reason to believe that several of those pilots came from here. We don't have much to go on other than maybe one particular lead to follow, which is a Nautilin by the name of Drilzad. I figured a member of the guild, such as yourself and myself, might be able to track this particular lead down.
I'm gonna need a charm roll from you.
Charm. I am not good at charm.
It's 2 purple dice here.
All right, and I got
we see immediately how they react to this.
2 green. All right.
All right.
Is the pool set?
I'm all set.
Alrighty. One success.
Sounds good. Yeah, you see, they kind of tense up for a second here, and then they kind of look around. Yeah, I wouldn't ask too much around for them, lest you're looking to be in trouble here. They're kind of a big deal here.
How
You
so?
catch my drift. Well, you know, ain't no one got proof for it, but Circle K rumored to have a large initial investment from the Black Sun themselves. Rumored, at least, of course, and you know, their drill's kind of maybe one of those initial investors. So looks around, and there are indeed some security guards with stun batons and such walking around. Basically, all them work for him, so I wouldn't be too vocal about that kind of stuff here.
Of course. Now, all I'm really looking for is information. So, unless you have a better avenue for me to pursue, I'm going to need, at the very least, a meeting with this particular individual.
I mean, how much are you getting paid for this?
Let's just say it's not strictly a credits mission.
I see. Well, I've been trying to nail down something of my own and been having a little trouble with it. You know where you're headed after this?
More likely than not, we were going to head back to Nests, follow up on another lead, but if you need something, I'm here.
How about this? If I get you up in the VIP section, which is where Drill be, how about you after that? We'll talk about maybe you helping me out with a particularly slippery customer.
I'd be more than willing to help.
All right. Well, I gotta go make a few friendly calls then. Gets up. Take it easy, you hear?
Very well. I'll likely be down by the back tables if you need me.
Sounds good. I'm sure I'll be able to find you. And we'll cut over to Zale.
All right, so Zale's spotted some people who look kind of intoxicated, and
Yes.
they're going to sort of wander over to one and favor her with a winning smile and be going, "Hey, hon, I'm looking for someone. You seem like you've been here a while. Think you could lend a hand?"
Perfect. Let's just do a charm roll right off the bat. One difficulty die only, because again, this is 3 advantage. You found a good mark.
All right, ready?
Mm-hmm. Poof. Yeah, 3 successes and an advantage. Yeah, they're like, of course. Oh, look, you're so pretty. Yeah, of course. Yeah, what are you looking for?
All right, Zale is going to sort of not quite put an arm around them, but sort of arm right up near their arm, and their name's Drill. Go around with this big ugly guy.
What? You mean the not owner who whoa, he's like big up here. Are you friends with him?
You could say that.
Oh, well, she's pretty high up there. She be in the VIP, like the roof, just points way up to the top of the casino, way up there. But he's got the real nasty bodyguard. Paxos, not a fun guy. I heard that one person was cheating, and so they threw him out a window or something. Oof, crazy.
Well, guess I'd better or stay on the straight and narrow.
Oh, okay. I know this though. If you are gonna, I had a buddy who actually got in the VIP before he got kicked out. It was so silly. But sorry. Okay. Anyway, if you want to go talk to him, if you bring him like a nice drink, he likes Rashid. So who are we talking? Oh yeah, Drill. Ha. She likes nice drinks. If you bring her a nice drink, she'll probably like you more.
I'll make sure to do that.
Okay.
Know what's good here?
Yeah, Robbie doesn't have a good knowledge of Star Wars alcohol, so they name like
I
a
mean,
nice
you can name
brandy.
them anything remotely sci-fi,
That's true.
like a Wild Nebula or something like that.
Well, so there's actually a very nice place that makes stuff here. They call it the Queen Drip. So you should take some of that.
Right. Well, thank you so much for your help. I've been looking, but it's so chaotic in here. And Sale's going to slip them like I don't personally know what would be like a small tip, but like 10 credits or something.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, yeah, one
Here,
more,
get yourself-
please!" Like holding up the 10 credits. Perfect. So
And Zale's going to do a
so yeah,
little wave and start heading off, and also going to attempt to acquire a drink. How expensive are
Yeah.
these Queen Drip things? I forget how much we each got out of the last thing.
400 credits.
Okay.
Yeah. You got paid pretty well. I'm gonna say like for a good amount, we'll say it's probably like 20 credits.
Okay.
It's high. It's luxury stuff.
Okay. I'm glad that it's not like really fancy 100 credit alcohol or something. Let me find my inventory. I have my credits down here somewhere. It's in here somewhere. I do not know my way around this sheet yet.
Are you looking on your character sheet in Roll20?
Yeah.
Should be under character info character. As if you've been keeping track of it on here.
I thought I was, but
If not,
oh,
no
there it
worries.
is. Okay.
So at this point, you all kind of converge back together. I'm assuming share what you guys have kind of been talked about too. And you see one of the kind of like in very clearly security guard says, yeah, you all, congrats on the VIP invitation, you all. Come on up.
Vance is looking around.
Thanks so
As
much.
as your little like badges all of a sudden change colors and they're now this like platinum with VIP written on them.
Nice.
Yeah, you all walk up. There's like multiple floors of the Royal K is this massive, like beautiful casino. And you come up to this VIP section. There's probably only about 20 patrons in here. It's like only a few different tables, like super high stakes. You see there's about like 5 other security guards just kind of keep an eye on everything. It's this beautiful 360 like window that overlooks the entire casino and station pretty much. It's like the very tip of the whole station. Not just the casino, like the very tip of the whole Aquen space station. And you do all see sitting at like a sabacc table, not currently playing, you see a Nautilin, very dapperly dressed. You see they have their Nautilin, for those who don't know, are they are kind of green
squid
skinned,
people.
slightly amphibian with these like large amount of tendrils coming out the back of their head.
They look
They
almost
actually
like
have
dreads.
yeah, and they actually have theirs kind of like they're not actually bound, but they're just kind of sitting exceptionally still, just like in almost kind of a ponytail like formation. They're just sitting calmly on their back. They have like a ton of like beautiful rings and all of that. And standing next to them, standing like 6 foot tall, this massive hulking figure. They're just who you can only assume would be Paxos the Deshad. They're massive, like reptilian species, like armor plating, like cybernetically attached onto them. This massive, like constant scowl on their face, just this nasty, disgusting figure. And you see the Nautilin is like looking at the dealer, and the Deshad kind of just nudges them, and you see turning around, you all see Drielzad and Vans. You recognize immediately the person who led the attack that led to the death of your mother. And that's where we're going to leave off today, with Vans staring his mother's killer in the face. Thank you all so much for coming to Tabletop Galaxy presents Broken Space Halcyon Days, as that's what happens when you roll not just your obligation, but a double. So we're gonna go around and introduce, say who we are, where you can find us in the next week before next session. Where, oh boy, I don't even know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be so much fun. Obligation is a fun mechanic, everyone.
It's great.
I could have just been
Oh,
a random
yeah.
Nautilin.
Oh, no.
All right. So, first up, Zale, the person who so wonderfully played Zale, I want you to tell everyone, remind us who you are and where we can find you in the next week if we are so inclined.
I'm EO. You can find me at EO McCoy on Twitter, where I mostly talk about politics because that's pretty much what I do outside this. And also, my mom writes books, and you can find them at elizabeth-mccoy.com.
Huzzah! Wonderful. All right. Jay, the person who I
Oh yeah, awesome. I'm Jay. You can find me at neofet3. It's Twitter handle. I'm always looking for more followers, I guess. I share information on Star Wars and just general life. Soon I will be at PAX Unplugged this coming up weekend with some Fantasy Flight games. So if you happen to be at PAX Unplugged, look me up and hopefully meet a whole bunch of people.
All right, I just saw the comment of Zale should never have said this. I'm so glad this wasn't a shooting mission. Oh man.
Not yet.
Ain't that the truth?
Hey, I said that knowing there was a Deshad here, and knowing as a player that Deshad eat Force users, and Zale has no idea she even is one, and I'm
Oh man.
This is fun.
Wait.
they smell tasty and I don't know it.
Wait. Who are you? Where can we find you in the next week?
Well, I'm just Wade.
Who are you?
Yeah. Monday, you'll sort of find me if you follow the Not Quite Heroes podcast. You'll find me and Rob. You can follow that at NQH podcast on Twitter. You can follow me personally on Twitter at Not Quite Wade. You can keep up with my photography happenings on Instagram at the same handle, Not Quite Wade. I think that's about it.
Awesome.
I think that covers.
And last but not least, Alex.
Once again, I'm Alex.
you.
You can, yeah, You can find me on Twitter at ShockTheLink, where I tweet about all kinds of Star Wars stuff. I'm currently live tweeting. I say live tweeting, but I've read like half of it without actually tweeting a word. Star Wars Aftermath for my canon catch up, where I'm attempting to catch up on the 5+ years of Star Wars stuff that I've missed out on. Other than that, I occasionally, when I can afford it, paint miniatures. You can find that on Instagram at ShockTheLink as well. Other than that, you can occasionally find me on 1 in 20 D&D when they stream Star Wars The Old Republic, as I'm the resident kind of, not necessarily expert, but most experienced member playing Star Wars The Old Republic.
Hey, you can also potentially find me there on
Yeah.
And
Sundays.
me.
And
Yeah.
I
Sometimes
really
me.
need to actually also be doing that because I love Star Wars The Old Republic. It's half of what got me into Star Wars.
Oh yeah, we've got a guild
Awesome.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
I should also plug that we do have a guild on there. It's called Tabletop Galaxy. So if you see us and we're on, shoot us a message and we'll invite you to the guild.
yeah, it'll be a good time. And I am at Robbie Roland, Robert the GM, at Robbie Roland on Twitter. You can find me every other week, starting next week, on my friend Valdrina's channel, lovely friend who's been in the chat, playing Shadow over Endless. You can find me with the Not Quite Heroes podcast every other Monday, playing my anxious Tabaxi cleric. And if you just can't get enough of me on Tuesdays before this game, starting at noon every week, I'm running a D&D 5e game, Revenge of the Gith, on Valdrina's channel as well. Follow me on Twitter for any of that. Welcome, and thank you all for joining us here on Tabletop Galaxy. We have tomorrow, Wednesday, at 8 p.m. Central Time, Second Sunrise. They've been leaving us hanging for a while now. They just got into an almost equally bad situation here, where they are in the middle of that Imperial compound that this party has kind of avoided too many entanglements with. And you can also follow Tabletop Galaxy at Tabletop Galaxy on Twitter for notifications about all that. Next week we'll be on at the same time, 9 p.m. Central Time, and next week we'll also have another episode of Tabletop Galaxy. We should have. So join us again here tomorrow and next Tuesday for more Broken Space. Follow us on Twitter and join the Discord to get more involved if you want to play Star Wars The Old Republic with us or become involved, all that good stuff. So thank you all so much for joining us. Unless anyone has anything else, I don't think I forgot anything. So thank you all. Have a wonderful evening, and we'll hopefully see you back here tomorrow night.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.